Homebrew Wednesday now. Haven't done one for a while. I've been quite ill the last couple of weeks. On some antibiotics now. Hopefully I'm going to get better. But I thought I'd do it now on a Saturday. I've just filmed the second part of my induction brewing, but I thought I'd throw one out now so that I've got it ready for the week. What have I been doing? I've brewed the Belgian Blonde from the Malt Miller. That's ready to bottle today. I've got to bottle that. Going to chuck a load of that in the 750ml bottles and do the cork and cages and give a couple away. I'm brewing a Burton Bridge Top Dog Stout today from that book. But as I said in my other video, it seems a lot light in colour for a stout. I mean, in the book's description it gives it black and rich with roast and malty start. But it's pale malt, sorrified wheat and chocolate malt, only 300 grams of chocolate malt. And it seems really light in colour for a stout. It's more, say, more of a dark brown. Hardly even that. It seems very light. I mean, the boil's yet to take place, but it will darken up a little bit. It's a 90-minute boil, but it seems very light for a stout. But we'll see. And I've since found out online that the hop seems to be a bit wrong, probably because of the alpha acid of the hops when the book was made. So the alpha acid of the hops now, I've had to increase it a little bit because it's probably been a bit too underbittered, but which is good because it's let me use some of my ingredients and some of my hops up. So that's on the things. Now I don't know what yeast I'm going to use yet. It's probably just going to be one of the dried ones that I've got, but I'd give that a go. And that's going to be bottled and cake, that one. But that brings me on to the thing that I was going to talk about was is stouts and carbonation. You know, I thought the other day that I'd kind of hit the nail on the head with getting carbonation right. For me anyway, how I like carbonation, I don't really like it very fizzy. I don't want it flat, but I want a nice, something that keeps the head there, but not too bubbly in the mouth. And certainly a stout you never want too fizzy because it ruins the whole drink. But you know, a stout has got to be pretty much, got to have the body to it without being fizzy, because otherwise it just feels like you're drinking like a Coke or something like that then. And stouts seem to be a very funny thing. They kind of, I don't know, get fizzier over time. You feel like you've put the right amount of carbonation in, and then before you know it, you have your first few bottles, it's fine, then you send some out in beer mails, and all of a sudden they're erupting like volcanoes. And I don't know what it is about stouts. It's like, you know, I've had some other beers that I've bottled a long time ago, and the carbonation's been fine, but for a stout, it's something that goes wrong. And then, what can it be? I mean, obviously people say, oh, you know, has it finished fermenting? Did it reach its final gravity? You know, I tend to check, you know, over a couple of days the gravity to make sure that it has dropped. You know, how is it doing this? And then how do commercial breweries, you know, get it right? So I went on a sort of bit of a quest of sort of getting carbonation right. A lot of people say the carbonation charts online are wrong. Some of these sort of, you know, calculators are wrong, not. And the carbonation working out in here, I found elsewhere a way of working out carbonation, because you've got to apparently you have to take into consideration, which makes sense, the amount of CO2 that's still sort of residing in the beer once it's fermented, and you have to take that into account, the temperature of the beer while it's been fermenting prior to bottling, and then there's like this sum you can do. It's, you know, I can put it down below. It's not a complicated sum, and it tells you how to work out the amount of sugar you need to work out, because you do it in volumes of CO2. It tells you how to work it all out. So I thought I'd do all that, work it all out, did all the sums and that, and it was giving me the exact figures for what most of the styles said in this book. So I thought, I'm doing all those sums and it's in this book anyway. But yet for me, sometimes in these books, what it says for certain sort of styles, volumes of CO2, would seem way too much sugar and way too fizzy. But I mean, obviously certain styles require, like a lager, you would want it to be flat, you know, things like that. Some of the Belgian beers tend to be, you know, have a lot more fizz to them. But for me, sometimes the books sort of go over the top. This book seems pretty sound in terms of the volumes of CO2. So, you know, I kind of stuck to those kind of things. You know, more recently my bitter was okay, that wasn't too badly carbonated. I've done a couple of pale ales, they were okay, an IPA. But then I've done one recently, I think, what was it? It was a Simcoe Smash, I think, I sent to Hamilphone Brew. And he said it erupted, it just went crazy. But yet then, I had a couple of bottles at home. It wasn't a great beer. I think the Simcoe had kind of gone past its what's name, and that was quite tepid. It didn't really rush out the bottle on that. And I think Hamilphone Brew had the same thing happen to a batch that he did. He had a good, you know, so that could just be an anomaly. You know, there was something in the bottle. I don't know, made it more fizzy. That got a bit more sugar, which brings me on to think: if you batch prime, you know, is it all evenly mixed? I don't know how you get that. Sorry, back now. I just had to sort my daughter out. Yeah, so when you batch prime, is the sugar getting mixed evenly? You know, should you leave that for longer? I mean, obviously, I tend to put the sugar in first, rack the beer on top, so it all gets mixed in. Maybe sometimes with the auto siphon, because it's been sterilised, a cheeky little stir, nothing too, you know, what's named to whip up in the air in it. But I don't know why it does it. It's just like something to do with stouts that, you know, they can over-carbonate over time. I don't know if it's something to do with the dark malts. I really can't work it out. So I thought, as I'm doing this stout, what I'll do is, you know, bottle some with different amounts of priming sugar, and then maybe sort of do like a test bottle and sort of age them over time and see if, you know, they do get more fizzy over time, or, you know, or whatnot. Can't work it out. I mean, for a bitter, I'm guessing for 23 litres, like in this book, I probably normally go for about something like about 60 grams. I think I've used about 75 grams for a 23 litre batch for most of the recent ones, and that's been fine. But I'm sort of erring towards the side of 60 grams for 23 litres, just plain table sugar this is, to see how it works. But yeah, stouts are a strange beast, and as I'm sort of getting into my stouts, it's one thing I'd like to get right is the carbonation level in them, but it's not happening at the moment. And I know other people have had them, and then you see some people that they send their beer mail and it's a stout, they're having it, and you think, oh, they've got the perfect carbonation, how have they done that? It's just, I don't know, it's one that taxes me at the moment. What else was there? There was a shout out I wanted to do, which is a chap called Iain Kilmurray. He's just started doing a few beer videos. I think he follows quite a few of us. He's commented on mine quite a few times, definitely. Definitely check out his videos, good lad, and hopefully there's going to be a lot more videos to come, so check him out. I think that's pretty much it for me. I've got a few more videos to do soon. I've got a lot of beer reviews to do, from Hamilton Homebrew, Brewmaster Ben, but I've been so ill I still can't even taste properly. I had a beer sort of last week, midway through, when I was feeling a bit rough, thinking I'll just try and have a quick one, but I couldn't really taste it, and it's just, you know, if you can't taste it, what's the point of drinking it? And it's slowly coming back, but until it's back properly, it's not fair to drink people's beer and, you know, not be able to taste it, and I can't enjoy it, so what's the point? So yeah, I apologise for the delay in them, but as soon as it's back up and running, I'll get them videos done. So I think that's it for me.